You can see it. Oh wait, no, it's my intro. Fuck. I fucked that up. Yeah.
Would you like to start again?
No.
350.
No.
350 episodes, and you can't remember when it's your intro.
Gotta be authentic. Right, greetings, everyone.
Why are we still here?
Greetings, everyone, to this week's episode of 10 o'clock. You know, I got so excited. Loz was like, "Oh, you know, I'll take the times and everything." And I'm like, you know, like, right, so you ready? You ready to start? Yeah, you ready to start? Okay, cool. And then I forgot it was my intro. Greetings, everyone, to 350 episodes of 10 o'clock. Wow. So, unfortunately, we're not able to do anything particularly special for this week, mostly because of we're still lagging with the whole pandemic situation. So we're coming up with plans for the 7th anniversary, which is 364 episodes. So episode 364. But anyway, so I am your usual host, Xeno. I joined with me the lovely MDRLOz, who will probably murder me after that intro. And
I got nothing. I
got none.
Based on my failings today, I've got nothing to
I wasn't going to highlight anything. Right, so should we just go straight into emblems?
Let's go straight emblems.
Right.
Let's get this.
Everything outside of the episode does not exist. Right, so...
and then after the episode's finished, the episode no longer exists.
Yeah, exactly. I don't remember what happened then.
I don't remember. 350 what?
So, emblems on the screen.
That's some nice emblems.
I'll
give it to you, though.
Yeah, I kind of prefer mine.
I think that's
script.
I think mine's pretty good. No, yeah. It's not the Tenno script that does it, just the Tenno script. It's more the whole package. I feel yours is what if I was to say I want an emblem to represent something, it's got the badge shape, almost like a shield badge shape. You've got the Lotus emblem, the wings is really nice. It's all flowing together. Wait,
where's the Lotus emblem?
In the blue. Is it just small for me? Is it in the blue thing at the top?
I think that's Earth.
Is that Earth? Hang on,
I don't know, it could be. Hold on.
Yeah. I thought it was a Lotus emblem.
Hold on, I need to scroll up and actually click on, because I'm looking at it through the tiny thing.
No, that's a Lotus emblem.
Oh, no, that is a Lotus emblem. I've got a tiny, tiny little window. Is that a Lotus emblem?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's a Lotus emblem.
Okay,
I think it all works together, and then you got the sword. I just think it's a whole package. Yours if I was to take like stereotypical, I'm not saying like best emblem ever, but like as a whole package, it brings the whole package.
Yeah. Emblems done. Cool. No Plat giveaway. Sorry, guys. All right. Go buy your emblems. Next, Dojo Dusting. So, Loz. So, we have a tradition here on 10 o'clock for every 50th episode. Right? Not something we actively do, but something that happens every 50th episode. Would you care to hazard a guess at what this thing is?
Well, it should be the 7th. I mean, this is the 7th time this should have happened, yeah?
Yes, though I think it's actually less than that because we didn't start with it happening.
Right? I have no idea.
Every 50th episode, we have a new thumbnail. Right?
Oh, we do! Okay.
Yep. And we got some new art to go with the thumbnail.
Wow.
Right? So, earlier, I linked you the thing. I said, don't look at it yet.
That is.
That's what that is. Right. So, my good sir, are you ready to view it?
Let me find it. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. Because in Discord, it's set to spoilers. Right.
Some crazy stupid spoiler tag,
right?
Yeah?
Go for it.
Right.
It's on the screen for everyone else.
Ooh.
Right.
That's pretty.
That's like, how much pretty is it?
That's very pretty.
That's like all of the pretty?
I'm not sure on what's happening with my head.
You're talking in a microphone.
No, but like up to the there, it's like there, but then this side of the face is as if it's there, like that.
What do you want about?
Yeah, look at it. It's a bit weird on the face.
Make me zoom in on it.
Like up until the chin, it's as if I'm doing that.
Loz, love it.
I love it apart from that. I mean, you
Let's
can,
just
you can
love
actually edit the rest out of it, but I'm just like, the
Just
rest
love
is
it.
amazing. I mean, that.
Love it.
Oh my god, look at that hand.
Yeah.
Oh, the art.
So
God.
this.
Do you know I hate that sign, Dana? I absolutely hate
Why
my
do you
sign,
still
Dana.
wear it?
Because I wear that sign.
Right.
I ain't changing that gear. That gear is my gear.
So,
I ain't changing that.
So the lovely Veldemoth did this.
Right? The artwork is just amazing.
Yep.
Though. It's just...
I commissioned her to do both of these, and they will now be on the new thumbnail moving forward with episode 350 up until 400 when it will change again. So everyone else would have seen it already with the they would have seen it already with the thumbnail itself. But I thought, beginning of the episode, so Loz hasn't seen it before. He's seeing it for the first time now.
It is probably... I mean, I might have forgot, but I think that is probably my favourite picture of my Warframe. I just that it makes my it just looks so cool. Yeah, it just absolutely looks cool.
There you go. Right.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yours looks awful. Because it's your No, the artwork's amazing. I'm just joking.
Right. So the next Dojo Dusting, I want to do a brief shout out for the 29th of July at 7 p.m. British summertime, 2 p.m. Eastern time. So Wednesday, the 29th of July, myself, Michelle, Joey Zero, and DK Diamantes, we're going to be doing an anime-themed framecast.
I'm so happy I'm not on that list.
Do you want to be on that list?
No, I thought I might have been because I might have signed up to doing it without realizing.
Right, we're going to talk about.
You know why, right?
Why?
It's my birthday.
Oh fuck!
That's great. No, it's fine. I was like, oh god, did I say I'd do this? And then I'm like, oh, it's fine. Ooh. Yeah, but I'll that's great because now I have something, and everyone else can listen in on my birthday to listen to your anime framecast. I am looking forward to this.
Yep. So, going to be talking about what got us into anime. We're just going to be talking to see how it works. I'm interested in potentially doing. This is where Loz is going to glare at me. Potentially doing a anime-based or anime-themed podcast on the side. And
good. No, I think it's good. No, I think that's good.
Right.
No glaring involved.
No glaring involved. That's kind of.
Anyway, shall we move back to Warframe?
Right. Last thing for the Dojo Dusting. Right.
Lot of dust.
There's a lot of dust. We got to get all the dust off. So we're going to be putting 10 o'clock on the platform Anchor for people to be able to listen to the show without needing to keep the YouTube app open on their phone the longest time. I do ask.
YouTube will let you close your phone and keep things running, so you don't have to. It's not as much strain on the battery if you pay for premium. I hate that.
Yeah,
absolutely hate that.
And obviously, if people can go and actually put the views in the YouTube, I would appreciate that. I don't even know if we can get any of the analytics from Anchor. Literally, I was setting it up before we started recording, getting a bit of issues with Google Podcasts, but anyway, that's besides the point. But yes,
that's great. So we used to have SoundCloud, didn't we? So this is the final replacing that. Oh, of course. Yeah. Is this free then?
Yes.
Cool.
As far as I can tell, it is free.
And is there any limits on size or anything? Or?
No, because this is designed specifically for podcasts. Whereas,
awesome. Well done, Xeno.
No, not me. I do not take the credit for this. This is actually well done, Tobiah.
Tobiah.
Yeah, he found it and he was saying, "Xeno should do this. Xeno, you should do this. Xeno, you should do this." And then what was it? We looked at Cephalon Squared, and it was on like a bajillion things. I'm like, maybe I should actually pull my thumb out my ass.
Hold on, my mug.
Right.
When's our merch? When's well, no, they don't have hats, so they failed in that respect.
Do you want to get hats? We could get hats. We should get hats.
Hats.
We're gonna do hats. It's official. We're gonna do hat. No, we'll work out hats. Right. Maybe we do a limited run. Anyway, so that's it for Dojo Dusting. We're now gonna move on to the crafts. Yeah.
Just think we do a year of 10 o'clock hat or something. Like, anyway, let's move on. Graphs.
Every year, just do a new hat. Anyway.
No, because it is a year, enough at 365, because that's enough. Yeah, anyway, move on.
Cool.
Let's look at some graphs, man.
So the first...
I don't even have to minimize anymore. That's so cool.
Because you can see it on the thing.
I can see it like everyone else is seeing. That's so cool.
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't see it.
How do you feel about Steel Path?
Right, so this was asked before Steel Path had come out. So
by the way, we never remember what the questions are, so it's like we're learning them again when we see them.
Yeah. So this was before Steel Path had actually come out. So I imagine the majority of these opinions were set in place before anyone actually got their hands on it. So this was like, how do you feel about it before it came out? 32 people responded. 6% said negative. 25% said positive, and 69% said neutral.
I'm positive, and I've only just come to the realization now in my head. I mean, I've just been playing a bit of Steel Path. Obviously, we played it with Joey, but then I've been going through Earth again, and I'm enjoying it. The one thing I actually like about Steel Path is not per se Steel Path. I think it's great, but the fact that they got it out almost so quickly from like when they started talking about it, that it didn't take forever, and it wasn't locked in development, and we've only just had the Protea quest, and then we've gotten the Protea quest in this feels much like the DE of old, where they'd make a thing, get a thing out, make a thing, get a thing out. Yeah, it's all about getting stuff to the player. It's really cool. No getting bogged down in whatever bogs down the bigger patches. That's what I really like about it. Maybe Steel Rain itself might need some work, but I think it's been quite fun so far.
Steel Path.
It's Steel Path. What did I say?
Steel Rain.
We call this maneuver Steel.
Yeah. The problem for me, no, it's not really a problem. The feeling I am left with is, am I doing this right? I don't know anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe that's good though.
So the footage right now is you'll see me leveling up a Super Vandal. You would if the graph wasn't in the way. So I'm leveling up a Super Vandal to try and do hard mode to see if, is this the direction I should be taking it? Because I was taking advice from, Zandy's chart. And I didn't realize that Cephalon Suda had a mod for the Vandal, which... sorry, not the Vandal. Sorry, the Supra, which gave it a flat base plus 20% on status chance.
Yes, yeah.
And it was just like, oh my god.
And the effect, and the
energy effect as well, yeah.
Syndicate effect, which is really good.
Yeah. Right, let's move on. Next graph.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel I don't understand things at some lower level. Maybe you didn't know that there was a mod for that weapon, but
Yeah. Right, so moving on.
Next
graph. What rewards do you want from Steel Path? We made this a multiple choice thing. I don't think we restricted it at all. It was like you could choose as many as you wanted. So this is going to go beyond the 100%.
We know.
Right?
Yeah.
So 32 people responded. 16% said that they wanted to see new Warframes on Steel Path. 31% of people said they wanted weapons as rewards from Steel Path. 41% said mods, 53% said arcanes, 78% said lore. Oh, I'm loving that.
Ooh.
I'm loving that. Right, really happy with that. And then 94% said cosmetics. So I think
I stopped you reading out the percentages for the first graph, but we'll move on. We'll keep moving forward.
I read the percentages for the... No, we finished. Yeah,
I can't remember.
I don't know. Right, so really happy with that. I'm super happy that the majority of our community like the idea of lore being part of the reward for Steel Path.
It's obviously, but at the same time, we do look into things as a thing about have we made an echo chamber? So I love that our community responds to these things, and this is how our community looks. And it might not be the full Warframe community, but I do think that it's quite interesting. I mean, weapons and Warframes being the lowest, I think is kind of cool. Is that people are looking for... Well, we as a community, we say, are looking for more from the game. I think this is really cool. Cosmetics and lore, I think that's great.
Cool.
I agree completely with it.
Right, then next we've got, do you feel DE needs to address the powerful meta builds? Right.
Whoa, this is interesting.
Do you not remember I called you up about this? Because I wanted to, I was like, what's a nice political way of saying cheese builds? And you were like, powerful meta builds.
Yeah, you're right on that.
Yep. So, 22% of people said yes, 34% of people said no, and 44% of people said that they didn't care.
How many people responded?
32 again.
32.
So it's 32 across the board on this, I'm pretty sure. So unless I
right, so shocked by the don't care. Most of the time, do you know, in the past, I would have probably put myself in the don't care. People, there are people doing the cheese builds and who understand this game far better than I do, and I'm just happy doing it. But the thing is, I'm now realizing that the difference between where I just build builds and whatever, and the top end of the game of people who do these things, is just become a gaping chasm.
Yeah.
That I'm going to have to try and catch up with people. I just slap mods and things and have fun, and that doesn't cut it anymore, in my opinion.
The problem for me is that with this gaping chasm, to me, it's more of an overshadowing thing, where people are sliding in with their Koras doing all the bajillions of damage, or their Garas, or their Atlases, whatever. They're doing the bajillions of damage, and I don't know if I'm actually doing anything worthwhile, if I'm doing the right thing, because I'm being overshadowed. And that's not a problem. That's my own problem, right? But to me, it feels like I should stop playing with pubbies to see if I'm doing the right thing. That's the feeling I don't like.
What, are you worried with pubbies you're not pulling your weight, or that with friends you're not pulling your weight?
Either. But the problem is, if I'm going with someone, a puppy that is overcasting me, like overshadowing me, I don't know if what I'm actually doing is the right thing. Right. So I would need to go in a group, an organized group, or just solo. But I don't want to do that. I want to be able to play with anyone.
Yeah.
So that's
let's move on.
My own problem.
Right. Yeah, I think the pair of us have a. Don't want to fall on laurels or anything, but we for the longest time, I feel we've just been enjoying the game and just playing how we've played since 2014 or whatever. Yeah. Whereas the game has moved on. There's so much more complexity, and we're going to have to wake up and catch up with people, I think.
Yeah. Cool. And then the last graph is, how do you normally mod your gear? Right? Do you remember this one?
Right, what we got? No, I don't remember anything. Let's keep going.
So
32 people responded, I assume.
Yep. 0% said find a build on the Reddit or forums. Right?
Okay.
3% said how do mod gun, which was the answer that you wanted me to put in. 22% said whatever the YouTubers say, right? And then the 75% was I try to build them myself. And that, again, I found really interesting. And maybe it is just an echo chamber within our own community that we try to learn ourselves.
It's a bit, I suppose it's tricky because it's like we're saying about, I don't know if people I don't know how people have interpreted the question. Are they asking for, oh no, when we say what the YouTubers say, we don't mean, oh, I got this exact build and I copied it, but I also mean that if you learned how to do this, that, or the other build from a suggestion from a YouTuber, which I'll get to in the comments, there's a few people saying this. I think that's what we meant more. It's like, I understood that if I use this Gladiator plus Aegis plus something else build, it then produces this outcome. I saw YouTube explain that, and then I built it myself. That I still would think what YouTubers say, in my opinion, for this one. But
right. So that's it for the graphs.
I mean, I try to build themselves, but I'm an idiot, so I just like mods and things.
To be honest, I try to build them myself, and then I get told, this mod exists. I'm like,
yeah, about right. Yeah. Right. Let's move on to the Patreon questions. It says here.
Yes.
What do we do next? Do we do those next? You sure?
I don't know. Graphs, Patreon questions, yes.
Okay, if you say so.
That's what the topic says. The topic says
I know, it's just an excuse to give me time to write down the time.
Good job.
Bear Winters. Bear Winters?
Yeah, Silverbones.
Do you have nanospore? Do you think nanospores could be edible? What kind of crunchy, chewy texture do you think they have? Perhaps a gooey center? Nanospores.
Okay, so yes, I think they're edible. Like, I think most things are edible.
No, nanospores. Nanospores. Sorry.
Right. I think
nanophone, nanospores.
I think most things are edible, but like glass, how well will you survive after you've eaten nanospores is another question.
Well, Nick Evan replies with, nanospores are nano-size. So I suppose if you get enough of them, they'd be a foam.
Yeah, potentially. But additionally, oh god, like what kind of texture would they have? I kind of imagine them to have like a crunchy shell, much like oh god, the crunchy M&Ms, so they're weirdly hard, but you crunch into them, so that they keep their form when you're eating them, but then they're filled with Marmite.
Do you remember what the definition of them is?
Tumors. I don't know.
Not a no, it's
Not a
tumor.
tumor.
Fibrous technocyte tumor. Handle
Oh my
infested
God.
tissue with caution. Yes, so it's very fibrous. Good for the digestion.
Yes.
Right, moving on.
Of you. Right.
From the inside out. Nick Evans says, with rank 30 of Glassmaker unlocking a completely new landing craft, it got me thinking about the small spacecraft in sci-fi that are approximately the same size as our landing craft in Warframe. If the two of you could each pick a landing craft sized spaceship from any of other sci-fi shows, movie, anime out there to become a new landing craft skin in Warframe, what would it be and what would its air support be?
Oh god. He went with anime. He's expanded it to anime as well. That's just
that would take some time thinking.
There is one that comes to mind.
Yeah,
right for me. You know the Stargate SG-1,
not jumper,
huh?
But yeah, sorry, not
the puddle jumper, not from Atlantis, right?
Oh yeah,
the tactical one that the Gould made that was very similar.
Puddle jumper.
Yes, yeah. Right. That's what I was thinking, right? But then he expanded it to anime. What kind of? I don't know. Oh, maybe the
Bebop give you some good
swordfish. Yeah, I was literally just thinking the swordfish, which is Spike's one, and it has that giant plasma cat. I don't know what fucking gun that is. Oh god, what other fighters exist like that? I'm struggling to think. That aren't just mobile suits.
Well, actually, the original Gundams they actually separate, and they have a section called the Core Fighter,
right?
Which flies around and combines into it. You could have that. What was the thing in Techman Blade that he stands on? The giant robot after his crystal breaks. Pegasus. Is it?
Yeah.
That'd be cool because he rides on that. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I think you need to think on that one. That's a good question, Nick Evans. But it's because I know there's going to be one I'd really like, but I just can't think of it right now. Nick Evans also asks, you both have the ability to create a weapon of your. Oh, sorry. What was your? Let's say you go with one of those. Do you want to assign an air support for it?
Oh, an air support. I don't know. I wanted to like do like what you call like a line strike just cuts through the ship sort of thing. You know, do you know what I'm trying to say? This is for the swordfish.
Yeah. You both have the ability to create a weapon of choice, melee or gun, as long as you can carry it. No trebuchet. Oh, Nick, but a trebuchet.
Hey. Clearly, Nick Evans has not tried to carry a trebuchet in space.
Weapons that you have to carry as a group of Tenno, like you need 4 people carrying the corners. It's the next stage of
battering
weapons.
Ram, yeah.
Exactly. See? Siege weapons that take 4 people to carry. Anyway.
If I could... I don't know.
You have the ability to create a weapon of your choice, melee or gun, as long as you can carry it, and infuse it with the spirits of one of the named characters in Warframe in order to strengthen the weapon and give it unique functions. What weapon do you create? Which character do you infuse into the weapon? And what unique function is the result?
Okay. Super easy.
There's an example. Do you want the example first? Sorry.
No. Because I don't want it to be the one that I actually come up with and just on the off chance. So the one that I've got in my head is... You know, Lephantis has the 3 heads, right? One of them is a giant scythe, right?
Yes.
I want the giant scythe because I've always wanted a gigantic scythe in Warframe. And it would actually be Lephantis' one. So what it could do is actually, I don't know, spawn mini-infested for you, right? As you sort of like murder things. Because there is actually an arc melee scythe, but the blade is tiny! It's so tiny! And like, why is it huge? Like, to that, I would love a gigantic scythe that's something ripped out of Monster Hunter.
Ah, yes, like really, yeah. Well, I was hoping that's what arc melee weapons would have been, but they never really got developed. They you just mash and wow.
So yeah, what's your idea and what is the example?
The example is, for example, you could create a heavy assault rifle, fuse in Little Duck, and then the unique function is that every bullet fired sound like muck, meaning full auto fire would sound like muckety 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 muck.
Glad I went with my idea. That would drive me insane.
I never remember. Is it Apnar? I can't remember which ones they are. So what I would want is... I don't even care about the gun. I just like the fusing the character. I can't think of a gun off the top of my head, but the fusing character thing is, and not to be a bit of a dig, is I'd love to stick one of the... I can't remember which one it is. It's the two Cephalons that do Conclave. Is it Apnar and Sark? I can't remember.
I thought one of them was Stark.
Sark. I've got the list of Cephalons up.
Oh. I always thought it was Stark, which I was like, it seems a bit weak in Tony Stark.
That's from Tron. Is it Stark?
I didn't even know Tron had something. Just keep going.
Was that Sark again?
No. Cephalon, got it.
Sorry, yes. It was supposed to be a thingy mod. I can't remember the name of those funny mods.
Oh, Peculiar.
Peculiar mods. I'm so disappointed we never got the Peculiar mod that would comment on things. And can I just have a Cephalon that comments on when I kill people? Like, yeah. I really love it's really cool. There's the Conclave Cephalons. They give some really cool dialogue. Can I stick one of them in a gun? That'd be hilarious. And I can get that. Quick
tangent. Apologies for anyone that has just looked at their tweet deck, because that was my tweet deck going off. Apologies. Keep going.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So there's that. That's what I would have.
No, I'm totally down for that. Next.
All right, Joshua Minnick. Should Barrow get a unique interaction with the Nairos Prime, saying something like, and best Barrow impression... Oh, God. And best Barrow impression is Loz. Oh, God, I can't do Barrow. My goodness, Nairos. You are so much more spectacular in your golden visage. I can't remember that way. Visage. Golden visage. There you go. No, I think you should run and hide.
No, why? No, I do like the idea that
because the Skymen are coming. Sorry.
Okay. I do like I genuinely do like the idea that he interacts with Barrow. With the Nairos Prime differently. I do genuinely like that.
Also from Joshua, hard mode is out, and that means we walk the true steel path in primed vigor. That being said, what so far has surprised you the most about the update so far? How quickly it came out. I thought we'd be waiting months for this. I'm happy it's here.
Oh no! How few of the resource you need to actually get that Tenno, the operator suit. I was like, that's it. I was expecting it hundreds, right? No,
how many do you need?
Oh God, it's like the cheapest you need is 15, and the most expensive you need is 25.
Wow.
I'm like, I genuinely expected like 100 a piece, because I thought this was supposed to be something that you would grind for. Like, I would much.
But there's also Kuva and things on there, so maybe it's like you get the cosmetics quick, and then it's like right now you've got another source for getting your Kuva and things.
I felt like the cosmetics should be. Yeah, don't get me wrong, you're right, but the Kuva is also 15 hoo-has. But like I don't know, it just feels pretty low to me.
Fair enough.
That was surprising.
Zrugel says, do you remember Combat Formation Bravo? I always remember Combat Formation Bravo. I also remember there was supposed to be like Grenier playing dice was in a corner. That was supposed to be one of their idols and things, but really? that never came to pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed. You know, on the Corpus ship revisit, have you ever looked at in some of the rooms? You'll actually sometimes find the Corpus interacting with terminals before they realise you're there.
Really?
Yeah, they'll interact with this these special terminals and check their helmets.
That, like once or twice, yeah.
And sometimes they're sitting down. I think it's amazing. It's those little things. But yeah, Combat Formation Bravo, Zrugel. I missed the Grenier talking. It was kind of cool. Zrugel also says, would you rather have £1,000 or dollars to spend, or $1 million that you couldn't? I don't quite get this question, because what's
the point of the million?
If I can't spend it, at all, then it might as well not have it.
What could you do with it if you could not spend it?
Yeah, if though to be honest, if it was I can accrue interest on it and spend the interest there off that $1 million, then yeah, I'd pick the $1 million and I'd just live off the interest, or at least supplement my life with the interest, which would be fine.
But my assumption is you wouldn't be able to do things like buy stock or anything like that.
No, that's fine. I mean, no, that you.
So like literally, you could only just keep it in the bank. But then,
the $1 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd love to. If I had $1 million, exactly what I'd do is I'd actually wouldn't even touch it, and I'd let it accrue interest, and then I'd just live, or at least I could use the interest there off it and never touch the $1 million, and it would just generate money for me.
Yeah,
that's what I'd use it for.
Yeah,
exactly what I'd use it for. Right, that's it for those questions. Shall we move on now to
community responses?
I've lost my timer. Where's my timer? There it is, and it is. Cool. Right, I'm going to do this quick. Oh, well, no, actually, I said this. There's some really good questions, so terrible. Right, let's move these. Joshua Minnick again. I'd rather climb a mountain for no reward with my friends and fellow Tenno than do it alone and crave a reward for doing it. I'm in this game for the journey. Very nice, Joshua.
Yeah.
Martin Bennett. I think it'd be cool if we stopped at 50 frames, finished primes, did umbras, and then went to Warframe 2. Now, I took this one, Marvin, because I don't ever want to go to Warframe 2. That's what Destiny does. And I don't like that.
I'm fine with quote-unquote Warframe 2 if your account carries over.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I like the fact that Warframe is doing something that Destiny promised. Destiny promised they were going to go on a 10-year journey. Warframe is completing that promise. We're at, 7 years now? And from the start... We're over 7. Yeah, we're over 7. We're working towards 8. It's going to be the same account with the same. I know they did a reset early on or whatever, but since then we've had the same stuff, and we just built and built and built, and we've been working towards it. It has been a journey. I don't want Warframe 2. I think that's an old mentality to think that they'll make the game again with new stuff. Well, D would probably look at that and go, right, we could put that in Warframe 2, or we could just stick that in Warframe.
Yeah, I mean, the sort of things that I would like to see for quote-unquote Warframe 2 is a better tile engine, so it could actually do like the weird chaining stuff that we've wanted to, but like
that is the only reason I would like to see a progression. That's it. That's how a progression should be, is if they're doing something fundamental that they can't do.
Yeah, same with I would love to see 8-player content come back, so like redoing the whole thing so that it would work better on consoles.
Yeah,
it's that sort of stuff that I would really like to see. Yeah.
So basically, it's actually the stuff you actually want is fundamental, deep changes that allow them to do more.
Yes.
Is the actual only reason you'd want to see them progress over.
Yeah.
But I don't think they ever will. I think they do amazing things with the engine. I don't know if they are hitting limitations, but who knows? The Captain Paxo. The video started to pick up around. Oh, so you asked last week about some of the analytics from his.
Oh yeah, he actually sent it to me. Yeah.
Oh, did he? Well, he said the video started to pick up around 2017, Plains of Eidolon-ish, and had a spike at July 2018, the Sacrifice-ish, before falling off and spiking a little again in November 2018 for Tuna-ish. Basically, gets a boost after every title update. Since then, it's been a steady decline, but it's still getting at least a dozen views every day. Wow, very impressive. So, also from Cat Paxo, we've got a few people saying these things. So, Zandy is my favorite Warframe content creator. Sorry, boys. His focus on synergies helped me think about the game in a whole new light. Allowed me to find my new favorite frame, Gara, and showed me that a weapon's power is not entirely based on how well that weapon can kill an enemy on its own. Fantastic stuff on his channel. I've been going through all of 10 o'clock. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just want to shout that out. Yes. We don't mind because we think Zandy is awesome as well. So we don't take a dig from that, do we, Xeno?
No.
No, we think Zandy's awesome. Yeah. Really cool guy as well. But also, then then to boost you up, been going through all of 10 o'clock recently. Watched episode 61, which was the first instance of the infamous nullifier topic, and so it begins. Oh my god, nullifiers! Nullifiers. Oh dear. But there you go. But you really shouldn't go through those past episodes because I don't know what's in them, and they're probably horrific. Do let me know, Captain Paxo, how many times I can moan about Shelton. I swear I did that early on a lot. I swear I did.
The thing that I really want to do, so what, slightly off topic, Loz and I are going to do the whole review, frame of pause, every frame of pause thing with episode 1.
Well, literally, episode starts, pause. Oh my god, look at that UI.
No, the thing that I'm going to really get a shock by is the microphone quality. I don't know what to expect, and I'm going to be like, oh my god, is that what we sounded like?
Right.
Moving on.
Moving on. Ali Al Khatib, all planets have a boss. I think we said that last week. Tell that to Lua. Oh, it's not a plant, nor Kuva or Void. I don't think. Well, I'm not sure about the Kuva. That's a fair point, actually. So the moon needs a boss. The Kuva fortress needs a boss. Yeah, I think it does. I was thinking about that. Like imagine unleashing something Hurricane trapped on the moon, like from a research perspective. I think it could be cool. Could get a lot of lore there. I remember when they first showed the moon tile set and their concept images for it, and you saw those massive like golden arches.
Yeah.
And you never actually get to really experience anything with the lunar surface or anything.
Yeah.
Imagine a boss where you actually have to go off onto the lunar surface or down into a crater, and it's just a crater with you versus the boss. There's so many cool things they could do with the moon. It's just like, oh yeah, it's a cool tile set. It was just some quests or something.
But what faction should the boss be from?
Could be anything. Could be all of them. Could be like you fight multiple bosses. Be like a research, like it's a
good sir, you have sold me. It's an arena.
There we go. in a crater on the moon, right? There will be pain. So I haven't read this one thing, but I saw this one. It's a bit weird. So okay, there will be pain. Trying to guess voter intentions based on amount of votes is kind of fucked, guys. Okay, I don't think it's that bad. We try our best. For example, why are the planet's bosses highest? For my vote, it was because they are the largest amount of bosses while simultaneously occupying the least of my overall boss time fight. Considering the precedent of the Jackal adding its drop table via deadlock, that also skews results. Boss difficulties tie into other options too. A vote for that leaves other stuff like uncontrollable and vulnerability phases or desire options like story. Everyone wants plot, right? Unselected. Similarly, there aren't enough options on the prime vote. I do care. I don't want them to stop the primes or prime warframes, but I want less, not more, not none or more. It's granular, but 2 or 3 are better. It ties into my understanding that the hyper-scheduled nature of this content is holding back meaningful content. It becomes a mechanical obligation, not anything interesting. The fact people have a list of expected primes extending for years in the future makes these releases unexciting and unsurprising. It's just a checklist for DE and players. So yeah, I appreciate that. That's the way we're structuring the questions. It was 2 posts. I would say I've kind of shoved together. I do appreciate that sometimes you might look at a way we've structured a question and you feel like, oh, I want to pick between those and those, and I do appreciate that you might not be able to get your point across in the things. That's why I just want to point out again. I think I did this last week. I do read every comment on an episode before we record the next one. So if you ever fit, and I always leave that open. So if ever we want to see within our constraints on the votes and the cards what you have, but then if you want to add into it, you have that opportunity. So I don't think we're trying to be that restrictive. And maybe we, if you want, like you've just done, you've highlighted it was different. It does get noticed.
I remember talking about this, and I said that we should have had this was my opinion. We should have had revamping and new bosses, like new normal bosses, separate. But again, it's just like, unfortunately, all these questions are down to interpretation. But I mean, the whole point of a this or this, if anyone was given the option, yes, of course they would vote both, right? But the whole point is, what would you prefer? I mean, both is an obvious answer. Yeah. So, also, DE release 4 Prime. Actually, let's highlight that part again. Can you go over the second part again?
Similarly, there aren't enough options on the Prime vote. I do care. I don't want them to stop the Primes or Prime Warframes, but I want less, not none or more. It's granular. 2 or 3 are better. 2 or 3 are better. It ties into my understanding of the hyper-skilled nature of this content. It's holding back meaningful content. It becomes a mechanical obligation, not anything interesting. The fact people have a list of expected primes extending years into the future makes these releases unexciting and unsurprising. It's just a checklist for DE and the players.
So why would you want 2 or less 3? Frame. Yeah. That doesn't...
But yeah, it's because that... I mean, maybe if they did 2 or 3, and here's the thing, but I don't think they'd ever do this, where they could release the prime first and then the normal frame later, but I don't see how they
can't
do
see that happening.
But to be honest, the fact is, like, I think the next prime, an Iris Prime's been announced, and isn't like the Panthera Prime? It's on the weapons.
Yeah.
And so the weapons are the surprising, or the attachments. That's where there's the variation in what comes with it.
Leaked. Yeah.
I mean, come on, the Panthera.
I think it's the Panthera, but because I keep on, I always kept on calling it the Panthro.
Yes, the Panthera. Yeah, I know you call it. Yeah, and it's like, I mean, that's surprising to me. So maybe, but they can't pull a frame out of nowhere, or maybe they should release a prime that is a prime and has no normal.
I'm still confused by saying they want less.
Yeah, I think the other thing to appreciate is, to be fair, Prime Access is probably a giant cash cow for DE, and they need to keep it regular because it does. Let's be fair, the Founders program fueled the game. We wouldn't have it without it.
Yeah.
And I might not be the only one, but I hold my hand up, and I probably shouldn't waste so much money on Prime Access. But I buy every Prime Access out of support for the game, not more than anything. So I think it's a good way to keep the game going. So I think that's why they keep doing it. And it's a competition between these factors. Yeah.
Cool.
Next, JJ24, do you feel DE needs to address powerful meta builds? Yes, the powerful meta builds arise from players benchmarking the game. The meta builds will work. The meta builds work because of the imbalances and underlying mechanics in the game. Addressing these issues make the game better. This is how we got Parkour 2.0 and Damage 2.0. We went from Coptering and Serrated Blade, true damage. Oh god, JJ24. Serrated blade damage, that's old school memory, that is. Damage to the system we have now. The game is better for it. I really love Zandy's approach to modding because it helps me understand how the game functions. It is, in essence, teaching a man to fish rather than feeding him. So just some more Zandy love there because we all love Zandy. But I do agree with that Serrated blade. Do you remember that? It's like, I've got this super gun. So I've got this, the old Ogress, this rocket launcher. But these little knives I have are serrated blades and they go through armor. Rocket launcher. No. These little knives I throw are serrated.
I don't remember that.
There was 2 damage types, if I recall, in Damage 1.0 that literally just ignored armor.
Yeah.
That's just what they did. So those were the best weapons in the game.
I remember them.
They just ignored the Grineer armor.
Yeah.
So everything else was like, yeah, you could use that, but it doesn't ignore armor. So it was that and the Rainbow build were 2 reasons for that. But there we go. Yeah, I'm JJ again. I'm gonna have to just go through Zandy's whole catalog. I think I'm re-understanding the game, and because he's just so good. Moving on. Last point. Relix. Okay. Nothing is Xeno. Here we go. So Relix. Xeno. 1. Isn't self gratification a thing anymore? Apparently you said that, yeah? I don't remember that, but
I don't remember that. Let's assume I did.
No. I won't do sorties since the reward isn't worth my time.
I'm so confused. What?
I am as well. Hopefully maybe Relix can explain it next week. There we go. Also, Relix, thank you very much for the builds. Of Gorse and Azor, and apparently you put a Gorse and Azor build, very simple build that you could. There's a few arcanes in there, so it's not very simple, but no Rivens or anything.
Hold on.
Apparently, with this build alone, you can be invincible and destroy Steel Path. So I'll be testing this.
Sorry. Isn't self-gratification a thing? So you are satisfied with doing the thing. I won't do sorties
since the reward isn't worth my time.
Yeah, so that's the opposite of self-gratification. You want the reward. You don't care about doing it for the sake of doing it.
Yeah, but you won't do sorties for self-gratification. You don't get self-gratification from sorties. So I think...
I think a better example is arbitrations. No, I don't get self-gratification from doing arbitrations. I find them painful. I find them boring and monotonous, right?
Hopefully Relix will comment in the below and we can get back to that. Anyway, so moving on. So yes, thank you, Relix. I will be playing with those builds and I will feedback to you. Thank you so much. If everyone else will suggest crazy builds that are like, this build makes you invincible and destroys everything with melee in 10 seconds, then let me give it a go, because I would love to learn. Right. Anyway, let's move on to the topic of this week, I think.
Please do explain, because I'm confused.
Right. Please do, Relix. It does get read, remember.
Right.
Longer than I thought. Oh.
Topic 1. There's only one topic.
Hello?
Hello. You not hear me?
Oh, there you are. You're back.
Okay. Cool. So
everything froze there for a sec.
The topic of the week is Steel Path is not endgame.
I think D even said it wasn't. Isn't in the
So
thing? Right, okay.
No, let's find out what the topic says, right?
Right, yes, right. You're right. Don't prejudge.
DE have said multiple times that this update is not to be associated with the word endgame. You are not supposed to be able to purchase / get endgame rewards like Umbral Forma, etc. What? Okay.
Okay.
The incentive to play Steel Path are for higher level enemies, not the rewards. The Steel Path is here for players who want to engage in higher level content for the sake of gameplay. The rewards are just a bonus. Yes. I concur.
With this 100%.
This is like
another Reddit topic. I suppose we're getting Reddit topics. Nothing. Yeah, we used to get forums ones as well, but I think these Reddit topics are really good. It's really good. I'm going to actually upvote this now because I like this. Oh, interesting. Do you want to guess the percentage on the upvote?
I don't know.
79% upvoted.
Interesting.
So that means it's got 21% of people are downvoting this.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many people have voted?
It doesn't let you know.
Oh, what? I thought it used to tell you that.
I think it did. It might on old Reddit. Let me swap to old Reddit and have a look. It might.
I swear I looked at that subreddit you sent me earlier, and I could see numbers.
Old Reddit. Oh no. Well, no. Actually, 100. I can see there's 183 points on it, of which 79% are upvoted. You'd have to work out how many downvotes there is on that.
Is that? I thought that was the upvotes that it shows you, and not the downvotes.
No, it counts the downvotes.
So how many people?
So it's got 183 upvotes.
So it's got 183 upvotes.
Yeah.
Which is 70.
Oh, no, well, yeah. No, sorry. No, it's got 183 upvotes minus downvotes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So they cancel each other out.
They do, yeah.
Okay, I'm not working that out on the top of my head because I need to sit down and probably think that through.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's probably a very easy way of doing it, but I'm like lazy.
But certainly that is not a small number.
No.
Right.
It's a couple hundred.
Yeah. So I'm doing a Steel Path because in part it's something to do. It's nice to do. I feel like I'm learning more about the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm also hating the invulnerability phases on the bosses even more. Love God.
Is that footage right now of Vayhek being shot and being invulnerable? Yeah.
Fucking Vayhek. Goddamn fucking Vayhek. Yep.
See, I think okay, so this obviously I'm with this person. Steel Path not end game. In fact, we hate the term end game. Warframe shouldn't be looking for an end game. Because the term end game means this is the end of the game, right? Now, in things like World of Warcraft, I know we've talked about this before for anyone who's been here for years, I'm sorry, but with things like Warcraft, yes, you reach a end point of the content, but it never is the end of the game. They're all, and trust me, looking at it, looks like Blizzard are going to keep World of Warcraft running for the next 5-10 years. It is their biggest cash cow, and they're not pumping out any new content apart from for Warcraft, really, so just keep doing that. So it's high level content, and that goalpost just keeps moving. So it's like, oh, these are end game rewards. No, the next patch comes out, and then there's new end game rewards. Oh, okay. Oh, and then an expansion comes out, and then you level up again, and there's new end game rewards. End game is such a terrible term. It really is. It made sense for console games or games that this was it, that they've stopped developing the game. This is the top of the game, and you want to get, this is the highest content. This is what you're gearing up so you can do this thing, and there'll be nothing beyond this. That is the end of the game.
Yeah. But something that's actively being developed, like you can't say that.
On
a small minor random tangent, I wonder if Overwatch 2 flops, will what's it called? Not as much as, you know, Activision want it to be like a bajillion, quadrillion dollar, you know, success. Like, so if it flops in their eyes, does that mean we can get that StarCraft 2 FPS back?
I love how EA produced the Star Wars game, that single player Star Wars game.
Oh, Fallen Order.
And now they're coming out with a non-microtransaction spaceship game at the end of this year. And they're just going, hey, let's stop with these endless games that go forever that are just cash cows, whatever, and let's just make good games that people play to enjoy. And see how that goes?
So you know the latest on the loot boxes. Sorry, real minor tangent. Honestly, you know the the thing with the loot boxes and the UK government.
In Britain?
Yeah, right. You know that they're still, to this day, refuting that they're gambling.
Yeah, they're basically turning around saying, "Oh, we don't understand. It's not gambling. Like, it just isn't." It's like, you're gonna put any evidence towards this? No, it just isn't. Like,
guys, give up. It's been decided. Just fucking deal with it.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be so important. And the thing is, though, the UK one, this is a shocking thing, right? So if you know, in Belgium, they've just outlawed loot boxes, right? The UK one doesn't mean we're going to get rid of them from games at all.
Yeah,
it just means they count as gambling. It means that so you can't sell them to children.
Yeah,
you can still sell them to idiots like me.
Yeah,
and who loves stupid gacha app games and has put a bit of money towards them now and then. And I'll still enjoy them.
Yeah,
and I've got a disposable income. I mean, I don't burn lots of money on it, but I more.
Sorry,
than
let's should we
but so
back to topic?
It's crazy. Yeah, they want to sell to kids. It's crazy.
Fault.
But back to Warframe, a game that literally has gotten rid of every single term loot box in the game, even the mod pack things, which were really quite minor and just silly. They were more beginners traps than anything else, and they just got rid of them. So if I got my microphone come out, yes, I have.
So
Endgame, yes,
Endgame bad. Bad word.
Endgame.
No, bad word. Bad word.
High level content.
High level content.
See, that's why I think high level content is a much better term, because is Steel Path a part of high level content? Yes, it is a piece of high level content. Will there be other high level content? Yes.
Stuff, yeah.
See, Endgame is such a terrible term because it's so
Ignoring
nebulous.
That, let's move on from that. Let's focus on the concept of what is. I feel that a lot of people say that this can only be endgame content because it is so rewarding, right? Like, it is so rewarding, not what the reward is, right?
What, the Steel Path is so rewarding, or the endgame?
No. So endgame has to be so. Sorry. So
yeah, but
so like, it's imagine the equivalent of the last ever raid in World of Warcraft will theoretically give you the best raid gear set that will trump anything else in the entire game. But because there's not going to be another raid, right? That is the end game stuff. This is the end game content. This is the best shit you can get. And I'm feeling that subconscious mentality is adversely affecting Steel Path. Right, so people say Steel Path is terrible endgame because it's not giving me the rewards. This is one interpretation of it, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be everyone's interpretation of why Steel Path is bad endgame, but part of me is feeling that people can think this, and as a result, it's like, because the rewards from Teshin and the Steel Path are bad, this is terrible endgame, right?
Can I Can I put a shout out to anyone in the comments, please? I'm really looking for some help on this. Can somebody give me a good example of end game content in games? Like I would like to know in single player games. I would like to see in multiplayer online games. Like, if you know of an online game, let's say, I don't know, Dota, League of Legends, something, anything that's like, oh yeah, it has this feature which gives you this reward that lets you do this thing, and that is so different from everything before it and is really cool and fulfilling. I'm not being silly, honestly. Please give me some. If anyone, because some people might think that we're stupid for, they don't like the term end game. They're wrong. I think it's a good term. Please give me some examples if there's anyone out there that can just please. Because to me, it's just so annoying. Because as you're saying about this rewards here, as you said about this, right? Let's look at Kuva liches. They give some of the best weapons in the game, don't they?
Yeah.
So that is kind of the reward that these people are looking for. Would they accept Kuva liches as the end game though? No, because they'll be like, oh well, I've got these weapons, but where am I supposed to use them now? And it's like. So you want? So do you want either content which is really hard that doesn't give the rewards? Oh, but that doesn't give me reward, but it's harder, right? Okay. Oh, what about this content over here? Oh, it gives some really good guns. Oh yeah, these guns are better than the content, but I have nowhere to use them now.
I feel that realistically, games that do like New Game Plus, right, where it's you've played through the single player experience, maybe something like Nier Automata, right? Where you've built up your character, you've built up 2B, you've built up 9S, and you've got all the mods in the mod chips in there. You've got your gear items and stuff, and then you can choose. Oh, I'm going to play it on hard mode, right? And in doing so, you're playing through the whole game again, but you can't use gear items, right? So you can't use health consumables and stuff like this. And then you decide, I'm going to play it on ultra hard, right? Which is
does
the hardest...
hard give you better mod chips and things?
No, gives you the same stuff, right? And
so
then
you're just playing to achieve the content. There's no reward apart from finishing the content,
right? And then there's ultra hard, right? Which is the hardest difficulty in the game, where not only can you not use the consumable items, right? Your mod chips have no effect, right? So you are basically, you're a starting fresh character, and you can't do any super duper damage or anything like that. So your mod chips do nothing. That is from what I understand it, and I imagine
you finished the game on this, yes?
No. No, I wanted to, but I forgot how to play the game, and I suck. And then you've probably got something equivalent in the likes of Souls games, right? So, I know with Souls games that there's so many different paths you can complete a game in. Like, one of my favorite Souls games that I've not played many Souls games. The only one that I have played is Sekiro. And I sucked at that. I sucked terribly. I'm watching... God, what's the play frame? Actually, I think it's some of the people that did, or maybe still do, Extra Credit. And they're playing... It's like one of the guys, he's playing Sekiro, and it's just like, my God, this guy's a genius. He's so good and skilled, and has the reaction speed of, like, I don't know, a hummingbird or some shit. Like, I cannot think of a single game that has any definition of endgame, right? I am seriously struggling. Like,
no, like I could give you an example of where it could work for endgame is look at World of Warcraft Classic. Now they're going to come out with Burning Crusade servers at some point, but they're going to keep Classic there. So that will be a self-contained thing. It will have a final raid.
Yes.
So the endgame content will be the final raid in the game, which you use the content just to speed yourself up at doing that quicker, and also PvP as a side thing. So those are the two endgame points of the game. And that's it. There we go. Self-contained finish. And it's only because development has ceased. Yeah, there will be nothing more, no new additions. In any game where there is still additional stuff coming out, I don't think you can use the term endgame.
Yeah, like,
because people will say, like, well, what's next?
You used the example earlier of, like, League of Legends or Dota or whatever. Like, I don't think you can say endgame in that, because, like, if a game is exclusively a PvP situation, well, the PvP is the game.
You've reached endgame, yeah.
So, like...
you could say maybe leagues, as in, like, getting up to a higher league is the endgame.
But that's just competitive play.
I know, but the competitive play versus the casual play...
But that doesn't go away, does it? And, like, it just...
No.
Cycles, resets, whatever.
I know, that's exactly it, but it's not gonna... There's not really going to be anything new, really, onto that form of competitive play. You can have endgame when development on a piece of content has finished. That is when you can have endgame, because then it is the end... The end of the game is what endgame is shortened for. But it's become this nebulous thing for, like, but super amazing content is then endgame. But I don't think it's a term suitable for a modern age of game development.
No, I agree. And I certainly don't think that we're going to see any, like, realistic form of endgame for something like Warframe until development has ceased for it.
Yeah.
Only because then it will be definition. But
and then they couldn't put in a Steel Path level where, let's say they say they're going to stop producing the game because D are off onto a new game project and they're just going to cease Warframe. It's now a out of beta complete product. Who knows? 5-10 years from now, right? And then they put in as their final thing Steel Path plus 1,000. There we go. That's the end game. That is the end game. See if you can finish that.
Yeah.
Or plus 10,000, and it's like, right, there we go. That's it. See if you can finish that. That's the end game. Anyone who can finish it, whoop-de-doo, you finish the end game. There we go. The Warframe has an end game. But until we get to that point, you can't have an end game.
Yeah. So we'd love to hear from you in the comments. Can you please give us an example maybe
examples. If you don't just
plural,
one, if you can do it.
of what you believe endgame is, and we'll talk about it next week. Right, I wonder.
Comments.
Yeah.
There are no endgame. There will be no endgame. Only fashion.
Okay.
The funniest part about all this is the fact that people are complaining about endgame, while all I wanted was a reason to pick up the game back to pick the game back up again. Since I got stuck on the most annoying part of the star chart, I envy people that made it all the way through a long time ago. Are you saying Steel Patho is giving you a reason to pick up the game? I don't know.
Potentially. Well, I mean, like, if there's more on the other side of the hurdle, you potentially be more interested.
By that logic, why include the rewards at all? You've gone beyond the normal White Knight. Big Shield, Garner out here, lol.
I think that's supposed to be. Oh fuck! What's her name?
Oh, I suppose it's supposed to be White Knight, as in
KNIT. They spelled it wrong.
Yeah, Big Shield Garner out here.
I think it's supposed to be Gara.
Big Shield Garrett out here. Okay, right. Let's use your logic for a second. So the armor set costs like 50 SE. SE has a 2% drop chance. In case you don't want to do the math, it means killing 34 Eximus will give you a 50% chance of drop of 1 SE. To bring that chance up to 90%, you have to kill 114 Eximus. That means just to get the armor set, you have to kill over 5,000 Eximus. Don't you think that's a bit of a grind? Do you not see that grind as a bit much? D has successfully made the term endgame taboo in the community, but have clearly tried to make content with some serious replayability, whether that be by having 0.1% drop chance or what have you. Steel Path could have some fun replayability if they tweak the drop chances to give players a better return for their investment. Oh my god! Right, so we make it.
Hold on. I would just want to preface this, right?
It's cosmetic, right? It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's just entirely cosmetic, right? We are probably going to do some expletives in a moment. People are entitled to their opinion. We will not necessarily agree with their opinion. Maybe
no. Everyone should be allowed to have an opinion. No one should stop people, and it's important that this person that allows other people to have their opinion against people's opinion, but no one should silence people. That's
I'm interested to know why they think you need to kill 34 Xmas just to get. Sorry, hold on. In case you don't want to do the math, that means at killing 34 Xmas, you will. Xmas will give you a 50% chance of dropping one steel essence. I think they called. Right?
Yeah, thing.
How
they look cool.
How do they get to 34 Xmas?
It's going to be one of these probability things. Oh,
they're mutually exclusive. Like you can say, on average, we'll give you one. We'll give you. But even so, like the closer you get, this person's explanation is.
So what's the chance of the thing happening?
2%, apparently.
2%, right? And with what? How many things do they say? 34.
They said 34.
Yeah, that's a 49.69% chance of it happening.
On average.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So probability be weird, y'all.
Right.
In fact, I'll give you this now.
But the point is, right? They're God.
I totally don't have a gacha calculator for gachas.
But these things are mutually exclusive, right? One doesn't necessarily affect the other. Right?
No. But it's on average. What if you're able to repeat the same thing 100,000 times on average on a thing? When you do a thing, there's a 2% chance of that thing happens. How many times would it have to happen till it's roughly that happens 50% of the time in that experiment? And it's 34. So 34 instances of 2% gives you a 50% chance of seeing.
And what's the percentage chance to get so how many times do you have to run it to get 99%? Or even 90%?
Oh, you want to know 99%?
Because there's no way you can guarantee 100.
Yeah, a 99, about 230.
Right. 230.
Yeah, obviously then it goes up like it crosses over from 98 to 99 around 230.
Right. Okay. So you have to do 230 like runs to get a 99 kills to get a 99% chance on a 2% drop.
Statistically, yeah. So
on average,
if you killed,
yeah,
if you did an experiment where you killed 230 Xmas,
and you 99%
of the time, at least one will have dropped. Yeah. Yeah. What? Hello?
That sounds so bogus to me.
What do you mean?
With a 2% drop chance, right?
Yeah.
This is just like a law of averages, like, you know.
So if we do an experiment, let's say if I do thousands of experiments where everyone kills 230 Xmas,
yeah,
1% of them of those experiments that I do won't see one drop.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that other people haven't seen many drop.
Yes, other people might have seen 230 drop.
Right. And
there will be a small chance of it, but
yeah. But it's like, you know, this is the problem I have with this is this statement sounds like fact. You have to kill 34 Xmas in order to get a 50% chance of getting one of these things. But that's not true at all, right? You could get one on your first kill. It's a 2% chance of getting it. You could get one on your second kill. That's 2%.
That's what they're saying. That means that killing 34 Xmas will give you a 50% chance of dropping one. No, it will
not give you, right? There's a chance of you having a 50%.
No, but that's an experiment. If I could repeat, yeah, that's it is. I think if someone corrects us, what they're saying is correct, because let's assume there is infinite copies of this individual and they all kill 34 Xmas. 50% of them will see one SE drop. So killing 34 Xmas will give you a 50% chance of seeing one SE drop.
So my understanding, and this might be, you know, maybe too literal or whatever. If you got 34 people, right, all to kill 34 Xmas, right, they'd all have 50% chance of getting one.
No, when you've got multiple people like that, so what you're saying is if you get 34 people and they all kill 34 Xmas,
on their
statistically,
34th.
we would probably see 17 of them see at least one SE.
On their 34th kill?
No. That's not what this probability is running. I
agree with you, but that's not what this says to me. That means killing 34 Xmas will give you a 50% chance of dropping one SE, right?
Yes.
So that to me states on the 34th kill.
Okay, should I change where it says dropping to where it says chance of seeing at least one?
Yes, exactly. Right.
There you go.
So I know it's semantics. I mean, hell, we were talking about this just before.
I think they're still technically correct, but I see what you mean. Yeah, I get.
Like,
yeah, but they are still right.
I don't want to give anyone the false illusion. And also, right, to bring that up to a 90% chance, you have to kill approximately 114 Xmas. That means to get the entire armor set, you have to kill over 50,000 Xmas. Sorry, 5,000. Sorry, 5,000 Xmas. I'm like.
Yeah, they're right. It's about 114.
It's like it's just a fucking cosmetic.
Well,
why do you need it now?
Yeah. You see, I could at least understand back in the days of. Do you remember the Harvester? Do you remember how the Harvester came out?
What are we talking about? Gravidius Dilemma Harvester, or are we talking about
Dilemma Harvester?
Yeah.
It didn't come out in Gravidius Dilemma, did it? No. No, it came out. It was the Christmas after. Basically, it came out over the Christmas period, December, January. And Deed kind of slipped into the game without telling anyone. And it was the way to get the Detron.
Yeah, I remember that.
Right?
But my point... No, didn't you have the Gustrog 3? No, the Harvester and the Gustrog 3 did exist during the event. Because that's how you got the brack.
No.
I swear it was.
No, because the whole event was we picked which reward we wanted, and it was the brack was rewarded for the event. So everyone got the brack for finishing the event, and people who picked Corpus got a recipe to build the brack.
Then how did the Gustrug 3 come into existence?
They released them later. Because the Gridless Dilemma had the whole faction pick a side, that then got implemented as an actual piece of game content that would happen randomly throughout the star chart.
Yeah.
And then the Harvester and the Gristag came into being. But the Harvester, I don't remember DE actually releasing patch notes. They kind of put it in as a thing, and then people started getting captured for it. But people went mental because they found it very a grindy thing to do. You had to do missions which had a chance of happening, and people were desperate to get this new gun, so everyone was just doing them as soon as quick as possible and picking the Grenier side. I don't know, whichever around it works. Picking one side.
You pick the Grenier side to fight the Corpus to get the Harvester. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So picking the Grenier side, they were going up and disappearing really quickly. So it was very grindy. And then there was a chance the Harvester would turn up, and a chance you get the right bit from the Harvester. So it was a very long process to try and get the Detron. And people went mental over it because there was no other content in the game. And they were like, oh, there's nothing else for us to do. It's a very early game. So it was like, okay, there was a bit of understanding there. I bet if somebody was watching it that time, I was probably a bit more mean, but at least I can understand there was no other content added to the game. That was the new piece of content. It was actually a gun. It had gameplay effects. It was mastery.
Yeah.
So that this is a armor set for your operator.
Yeah. Like,
what is the need to have it today?
They're not even talking about the stance former. They're talking about the bloody armor set.
Armor, yeah, the armor set. It's correct me if there is some actual gameplay affecting from it. I will change my opinion. If this is completely cosmetic only, which I think it is,
I didn't see anything.
Then oh my god, who cares if it takes you 10 months to get this?
I mean, if they genuinely put on cosmetic changing things on this, I'm sorry, D fucked up, right? They should not
let's have a look.
So they shouldn't put effects changing on this. But like,
I doubt it is. I'm with you on that. Let's have to see if I can find it.
For the next statement,
if it is, that's what it's.
For the next statement, D has successfully made the term endgame taboo in the community, but have clearly tried to make content with some serious replayability. Yeah, they've made content with serious replayability. I'm sorry, like, oh god, this. I just want the rewards. That's all it is. This is the shit.
I want the rewards. I want them now. Why I haven't got them now?
This is the shit I do not want in Warframe. I want to work for my stuff. I want the self-gratification. Right.
Cosmetic, yeah. Bishimo Pauldron's cosmetic, says Mikey.
Yeah. It's so like if you want it now, why don't you just go on eBay and buy an account that has it already?
Yeah. I have a button, the I win button. There we go, I get the thing. I mean, if this was like one of the main
frequent to get it.
What?
The Steel Essence or whatever it's called.
Were you commenting earlier in the podcast or before we started recording about how low you thought the amount that was required to get this?
Yeah, like I've already gotten a few Steel Essence just from like the couple of hours of me playing bloody
You only need 85 Steel Essence to get all the bits. That's it. 15 for the Pauldrons, 25 for the cuirass. I can never say that.
Whatever.
20 for the helmets, 25 for the greaves. That's it.
Yeah.
And then once you've got those, well, you've got Stance Former, Relic Packs, and Kuva.
Like, this person's math is even wrong because it says, like, cost, like, 50 SE. There's only 2 of the parts.
Should we move on from this person? I'm not
yes,
happy.
Please, yes. Like, don't like this reply.
If it was a gameplay affecting thing, I'd be with them, but it's not.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I've been doing it slow and solo, for nostalgia and challenge. At Master Rank 16, I feel like this difficulty is pretty perfect for me. Wow, that's braver than me. I could care less about the rewards. You go enjoy your game. You do it. It's not much of anything other than a quick nostalgia trip as you visit old map nodes you haven't been on in a long while. I can't see myself playing it beyond a single run through, as affinity grinding looks to be more efficient in regular mode once you take into account EHP, so that's effective hit points. Well, I'll run it until I get the armor set. Yeah, if that's what you enjoy, and that's fine.
It's good for resources as well. I'm just happy to play that with friends.
Sorry, I'll get back to that though. The last point is the Steel Path content is there to allow players to flex. It's not the new end game. It's not the next thing you need to farm to better yourself. Do you know,
No, I disagree with that last thing. It is something there to farm to better yourself because you can do the normal mode with fuck all, right? I feel that we have proven that. We don't understand the fucking game at all.
We understand that.
Okay. You know, we're just like, I'm here with my Oberon.
10 o'clock. We don't understand the game.
And our Tenora and like my Nucor. And then we go into hard mode and we just get our asses kicked. Right?
Yeah, because we're like, oh, we can't just slap mobs and things and have fun anymore. Oh,
yeah,
we have to understand mechanics now.
Shit, we can't use auto install.
I love auto install.
Yeah. Like,
it makes a few stupid mistakes, but it's a lot better than the first iteration of it. But yeah,
I mean,
there's a lot of things right there.
I'm like, no, I do feel that this is something that you can get better at the game through doing.
This is why I was praising. I think it's still people wanted. I don't know why, right? This came out so quickly after the Deadlock Protocol that I'm amazed by that. I'm just so happy it came out so quickly. It's more content for the game. DE would normally delay this kind of thing and overthink it and add in all these things and give some rewards and some weapons. No, they went, here's some content to play. You can just go play it. You've got a thing to do. There's a star chart to finish. It gives you mastery. Wow, okay, it's actually giving you something. The biggest thing I like about this is that if I want to go play high-level content, against high-level enemies on Earth or on Mercury or Venus or tile sets I don't normally get to do, I can now use those tile sets. In the past, on the first star chart, you look at it and you go, oh, do I have any reason to go to Earth? Nope. Level, 10, 16 enemies best. They just fall over without equipping mods. What's the point? This allows you to use more. Hey, let's go to defense on Phobos. Mob starting 100. You know, we just want to use this defense tile. It's a bit of variety. You can actually do it. Instead of going, oh yeah, let's go to Phobos. Mob start at 18. Woo! It'll be an hour before they get to anything decent. I'm not saying this is... People always... I think people's expectations are getting too high. This is something we've wanted in the game for so long, and it just opens up a simple bit of pathway. It's not going to fix the game or anything. It's just more.
I think the real thing to take from this, the entire Reddit post, is the fact that, was it 79% of people said yes to this post?
Yeah, 79% of people have upvoted, and that means 21% will have downvoted it.
Right. So, like, I mean, maybe we're focusing on the vocal minority here. I'd say let's take the fact that 79% of people have agreed with the original post and seem to have like-minded opinions as us, and we should be happy in life.
I'm going to finish, I think, with the most upvoted comment, which is at 93 points upvote. So I think this update is the biggest example of it's literally impossible to make everyone happy at once I've ever seen. People that understand this this was meant to just be a simple addition for people who wanted to fight high-level enemies are enjoying it. And enjoying some token rewards to let you feel like there's some minor point outside of the gameplay are happy. Excuse me. And then we have a screaming horde that for some reason, despite multiple statements from DE that this was just a simple addition, are demanding things like fucking Umbral Former, one of the rarest and strongest drops in the game, to be added to it. I don't get it.
I want my
someone else follow up with, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I want my cake and eat it too.
I think that's a really good thing from NHK Throwaway. Yeah, it's from the outset they let people know, temper your expectations. This is just a small addition to the game. Look at how quickly it came out, and I think it's just great. It hits the mark. I think it's great. I'd love to see more little tweaks like this. We've always asked DE to add these kind of little tweaks that give us loads to do, more things, small development time. Big amount of gameplay time, mass reward. No, people want more. Where's my Super Kuva weapon? Where's my Umbral Former? Where's my 17 Umbra frames that I get from playing this? I'm not going to play it unless I get 17. Oh, no, I'm going extreme. I do. Yeah. I'm not going to do this thing. I get an Umbra Former every mission. I think it's fine. Let's move on to some memes.
Who's the person that I still want to have clarify their point about self-gratification and reward?
It is Relix.
Yeah, Relix, please. Still want to know what you're talking about. Haven't forgotten.
I'll do those builds. Right, let's move on to memes. Let's do some memes. It's just memes, man.
Memes. Memes. Oh, wrong button. That button. Right, ready?
Let's go with some memes.
Right, number one.
Yep, meme number one. Kept track of my Riven rolls and made the data into a graph. Riven rolls. 70% bad. 30% not good.
Is it bad that I kind of want those numbers not to add up to 100%?
Well, I would have appreciated if they added like 0.0000001% slither, and you can't actually see anything there, and it went the one decent roll I got or something.
Actually, I would have liked it if it was like bought from
yes, yeah,
Riven Market.
the Riven I bought, yeah.
Yep.
Right, moving on to number two. My smug operator knows she is lying. We fought with honor. Me, knowing I obliterated many Grenier and Corpus bloodlines using an explosive bow.
Yep.
Yeah, honourable.
Yep.
Yeah. Bows were considered a very dishonourable weapon, let alone guns. Right, moving on to this leads into. Oh yeah, the longbow. Right, so the longbow, the bows. Distance fighting was terrible. Crossbows were even worse because it was seen to be fighting your enemy from a distance, which is very unchivalry. You know, all that other stuff like that. And never forget Ashen Core.
Hold on. So fucking Surafang, who fucking harps on about fucking the Alliance being more honourable with their fucking ballistas.
Oh yeah. Anyway, honour is a terrible concept. Anyway, moving on to number 3. This leads into number 3, by the way, from the last one. We are doomed. Welcome to heaven. To enter, you must be forgiven by everyone you killed. Well, I never killed anyone, so video games included. Warframe players.
Oh no. We're fucked.
We're fucked. Moving on to number 4.
Okay, hold on.
It takes way too long. Optimizing download cache 2%. This little maneuver is going to cost us 51 years. It does take a long time to download that cache, everyone, but it is very important. Isn't
it optimize the cache?
Optimize, yes. What did I say?
Download.
Damn it. Words fail me. Number 5. Steel path or not, he getting disrespect anyway. I wish I was a harder boss. It is done! Plus 100 level, plus 250% to shield, health, and armor. Nothing's changed. Correct! Oh, Sergeant. Poor Sergeant.
Yeah.
And then finally, I had to replace this one. So this is just a subtle one. Got a lot of upvotes. Friends spotted this at a harbour. And I think that is just amazing. Their boat, Fortuna.
That's a good boat.
That's a good boat. That is a boat. See that boat? Can fit a lot of memes in that boat.
Yep.
Right, and just to finish off those memes. So just if anyone wants to know, all of these memes can be found on the r/memeframe subreddit. There's a lot of hardworking people farming up and producing some amazing memes. If you ever want to chuckle, just go to the memeframe subreddit. All these memes will have links in the description below. Any day you want, just like, I need a bit of a lift, go to the memeframe subreddit, and I'm sure they'll give you a chuckle. Let us move on to the community shout-outs. Mr. Xeno G Lion.
Right, I need to get my doc.
I too shall load the doc.
Go doc. Right. You ready, Dawson?
Number 1. My eyes are now going to be prepared for the beautification that will now be shown upon them. All right, number 1. Oh, wow.
Right. So this is the Dansari Mirage concept by Cleo Natarin. So this is like a concept for a deluxe skin from Mirage, and
I'm not normally a fan of danglies. That's good.
I like them danglies.
I like them danglies. Them danglies be good.
I'm going to ask something really stupid. Do we have a deluxe skin from Mirage?
I don't think so. No. Oh god, I've even looked at this. I love the shot. Right, okay. This is another reason why I love this. So the shoulders and the middle bit almost look like it's sort of a dress, but it then blends in so well it doesn't make a point of showing itself. This is like akin to Frost in comparison to Mesa, who's like looks like she's wearing a jacket. See what I mean? I love this. This is good.
Yes. Moving on. Number 2.
So I'm just going to check there's no cosmetic thing. I'm like, oh yeah, there's nothing for that. Loz, you forget about this? I'm like, yeah.
The answer is yes.
Number 2.
Huh?
Number 2.
Number 2 is the OG team by Volley.
Damn.
That's
That is cool.
The original 8 Warframes.
Oh, wow.
Railjack. Background. What?
There is just something really cool about the original 8, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying just about the designs, just like that's like a core team. Part of me is a bit. I wondered how the game would have gone. Is instead of producing more Warframes, they just stuck with those core 8, and they developed each one's powers, and that it was more they added more content for these 8 to do. Wouldn't that be interesting?
That would have been interesting, but I think we'd have had a totally different game.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Number 3 is The Master and the Maid by Sprinker. So this is a sketch. I imagine it's a work in progress. And yep.
Oh god. No, sorry, I'm just clicking here. There is a Tenno skin, Tenno skin, Immortal skin, a Winter skin, and 2. There's no thing for Mirage.
There's no deluxe skin.
No. Right. So now I'm looking at this, and the Master and the Maid working progress. Seems weird. I got that vibe. I'm going to have more fun. So the Maid themed helmet for after all. Piece of upcoming Tentacons. That's cool. I can't wait to see the final finished product on that one.
Agreed. We'll probably bring it up again when it comes out.
Lovely.
Number 4 is Garuda by Lok Hyan.
Wow.
Yeah. This is awesome. This is my jam. I kind of wish we had thrones like this in Warframe. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, maybe you should open up Tenno into like adding dojo assets.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine buying? I'd buy that throne.
Yeah.
And you can sit in it. That'd be cool.
I do kind of wish that there were like chairs and things that you could interact with, like because there are other MMOs and stuff where, oh look, there's a bench. Right click on the bench, sit on the bench. Oh look, there's a chair. Right click on the chair, sit on the chair.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, yeah, we have the kneel pads, but and we could also just kneel anywhere we want. It'd just be nice if there were environments that we could interact with. That's what I
noticed. The original dojo main room had kneeling pads, and then the new one doesn't have them. And I thought maybe they'd add them as an object you can add around. I don't think they are. They're in the viewing room.
The observation.
They're in, the observation room. Yeah.
No, I just think it's because they added it as an emote where you can just kneel anywhere. You can do that kneel anywhere.
I might not have that emote. I'm going to look at that. Oh, wow. Okay.
It's one of the base ones.
Oh, I must not realised. Wow.
Yeah.
This game's so much in it. All right.
Number 5 is Terrorist by La Apple Prime.
Terrorist Chan.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah. I saw this and I just thought, man, this is because obviously we get like human personifications of Warframes and stuff
awesome.
Like that.
Yeah, I know.
But like, the actual Terrorist itself was just awesome.
Oh, I'd love to see all 3.
Yeah,
like with different personalities. That'd be hilarious, right? And the last one,
and Plot. Sorry, my bad. Horrible person. Right, number 6. Right. Deadlock Protocol spoilers by Zilvtree. So I'm pretty sure everyone has done Deadlock Protocol by this point.
Yeah, it's out on all platforms. So
yeah, this
Deadlock Protocol spoilers. This is what this quest was about, right? This corpus ideology is not what my teachings were about. Okay, boom. Oh dear.
Yeah,
I love the OK Boomer meme because it's kind of gone away a bit, but kind of resting into a kind of a stable,
it's in a healthy state.
Yeah.
Right. So that's it for the community shoutouts. I am prepared for your quote, good sir.
Cool. Where I've put it. It's down here. Oh, damn it! Did I not do the times for the? I forgot the. Let's write down the quote for the time for the quote at the very. Get that one. I just lose. I get to the memes and then I just love the memes, man. Love the memes. Right, let's go for the quote. Here we go. Every one of us relies on Kuva from the siphons because the Orokin had polluted all the planets and moons. But do you know why the siphoned Kuva is pure? It's because the essence of the void purifies it. and you plan to burn the void down, you must not burn down the endless void. You should have left the sentience beneath the ocean. Tengus, tell them how the void evolved and how the Tenno are guarding it so we won't pollute the system again. Dr. Tengus, please.
I haven't got a fucking clue. New or old?
Old.
So pre-2000.
Yep.
Can I get a year?
1984. I can. If you ask questions, I can make it easier for you.
Do you know if I've seen it?
Pretty 100% sure you've seen this.
Pretty 100% sure I've seen this.
Yeah. Don't
give it to me.
I'll help you.
Give it to me again.
It's animated.
It's animated.
Yeah.
Give it to me again.
Every one of us relies on Kuva from the siphons because the Orokin had polluted all the planets and the moons. But do you know why the siphoned Kuva is pure? It's because the essence of the void purifies it. And you plan to burn down the void down. You must not burn down the endless void. You should have left the sentience beneath the ocean. Tengus, tell them how the void evolved and how the Tenno are guarding it so we won't pollute the system again. Dr. Tengus, please.
Is this a Disney film?
No.
1984. Is it Western?
No.
It's anime.
Yeah. Sci-fi, I'd say.
Okay, sci-fi anime. It's actually a movie. Is this the?
It has been a movie, yeah.
Is this the? So, is this from the movie?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Is this
the
subtitled audio or dubbed audio?
I have no idea. It's okay, what the IMDb quote says is that.
Okay. So you're certain I've seen this? 1984.
I'm very. It's. I could narrow it down for you very easily with one thing. It's a Ghibli film.
Oh, mother! Princess Mononoke.
Nope.
No!
When did that come out? I don't think it came out later, I think.
I thought it came out later, which is why I was kicking myself. But, like, then there was the whole burning
That's
down...
97.
Oh, God.
I'm pretty sure it's a Ghibli film. Yeah. It's a Ghibli film, isn't it?
I can... Is it a Ghibli film?
Oh, maybe it's not. No, okay, I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not a Ghibli film. No, maybe it's not. Okay, no, ignore that.
It's not.
I thought it was. No, I don't think it is.
But you think I would have seen it?
Very famous, yeah. It kind of, I don't know. Like everyone gets shown this, or everyone sees this. You've seen it, I'm sure.
I don't know what it is.
We know someone who liked it, and you're like, that person liked them there too much. Yeah, it's not Ghibli film. What am I talking? Oh wait, no. Oh, wow. Actually, it says here on the wiki. Though it was made before Ghibli was founded, it is often considered Ghibli work and was released it was released as part of Studio Ghibli collection DVD and Blu-ray range. Wow. There you go.
I don't know what this is. Unless it's one of the Ghibli films I just phase out of my brain because I hated it so much.
You really want me to tell you? You'll kick yourself.
Go on.
Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind.
Oh, motherfucker! I have seen it as well.
Every one of us relies on water from the wells because mankind has polluted all the lakes and rivers. But do you know why the well water is pure? It's because of the trees of the wastelands purified. And you plan to burn that trees down. You must not burn down the toxic jungle. You should have left the giant warrior beneath the earth. Ash Bell, tell them how the jungle evolved and how the insects are guarding it so we won't pollute the earth again. Ash Bell, please.
Oh, damn. I haven't seen that movie in so long. Yep, no, I'm kicking myself. I'm pretty sure... No, was it... Oh, I can't remember if it was that film or not. I think Patrick Stewart has a voice acting role in that. There was like one version of the dub with him.
Oh, yeah. He's Lord Yupa.
Yeah. Damn, I haven't seen that film in so long. Yeah, no, I'm kicking myself. It's a good quote. Good quote. Good quote, Loz. Good quote. Good quote. Good quote. Good quote. Good quote. I hit the outro button. Good quote. Good quote. Good quote. Oh, you can even see the outro button.
I can see the outro now. Look,
quote.
look, because I can see all these lovely names, these lovely people, especially the other ones.
I can't read them; they're so small.
They're so small. They are so small. That's because there's so many of these amazing people. They're so amazing.
I think that's Loomis.
I see Azrugal.
I
should make this bigger.
You can make it bigger. I can't make it bigger.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, there we go. That was Rastus. There's a Yeeson.
Yeah.
Zayn Stad. Oh, a nice person. Carl Fengel.
Anyway, right. So that's it for 350, and we shall see you guys next week.
But it's still going.
It's looping. It's looped.
Does it loop?
Yeah. I'm not going to just do it once.
You should have like a dancing animation to show when it finishes looping, so I could know.
Can't you just read it?
I can't read.